Good morning. This is Kelloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The South Dakota law enforcement community is mourning the death of the Moody County Chief Deputy who was killed during a pursuit near Coleman on Friday.
The Attorney General's office confirmed Saturday that 51-year-old Ken Prorock of Wentworth died in that pursuit near the Coleman exit on Interstate 29.
I've had an opportunity to touch base with Sheriff Wellman, and certainly all of law enforcement thoughts and prayers go out to the officer's family as well as his department.
Authorities arrested Joseph Hook of Sioux Falls in connection with Prorock's death. Hook will appear in court in Moody County this morning to face formal charges. Hook also has a trial scheduled in March for a domestic abuse and simple assault case filed in January. Millions of Americans receive multiple scam calls a day, and some of them can seem very convincing.
The South Dakota Better Business Bureau says imposter scams are the most common. Many callers pretend to be a government agency, but the Bureau reminds people that these agencies will not initiate communication over the phone.
Creating a false sense of urgency, asking for any sort of payment over the phone. We oftentimes see that utility companies can be impersonated over the telephone.
The National Consumer Law Center reports in 2022 that 68 million Americans lost nearly $30 billion to scam callers. A fisherman in northwest Iowa had to be rescued from the ice over the weekend. The Spirit Lake Community Fire Department says it happened just after 6 o'clock Saturday night. The fisherman was stranded on ice in the area of Buffalo Run on Big Spirit Lake due to breakup.
An Iowa DNR conservation officer was able to make contact with the fisherman. Firefighters arriving on scene used a sled to rescue him. Officials say the fisherman was never in the water and was able to leave the ice under his own power.
Now let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Perry. Another foggy start to the day. We have visibility less than a half mile covering central South Dakota into eastern South Dakota and western Minnesota. Once the fog goes away, we'll bring in some sunshine and warm air, 40s, 50s, and even 60s for afternoon highs. More details on a Kelloland Live Doppler forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Oglala Sioux Tribal President Frank Stark comes out has banned Governor Noem from the Pine Ridge Reservation. This comes after Governor Noem's remarks about the southern border to a joint session of the legislature last week.
In a statement, the tribal president says, quote, due to the safety of the Oyote, effective immediately, you are hereby banished from the homelands of the Oglala Sioux tribe. These days, it seems like everyone is carrying around a reusable water bottle with them.
But a trend that's been happening with those bottles is how infrequently people are cleaning them.
I'd say twice a month if I'm being diligent.
I would say I rinse it out probably once a day, but cleaning with soap and water is probably I don't know, an every 2-week thing.
A local nurse practitioner we spoke with at Sanford Health actually recommends cleaning your water bottle every day or at least every other day because dirty bottles can transfer bacteria to the person using it.
The actual risks of getting sick from your water bottle are probably pretty low, but like anything else, the chances are never zero. And so just making sure that you're taking care of your water bottle is really going to help.
Stottero says using your bottle for more than just water can lead to even more bacteria buildup, but it's important to wash them even if you're only putting water in them. A 22-year-old Shayna Skiles and 21-year-old Cade Lynette met in college in Iowa and welcomed their son Kai in 2022. But at the start of this year, now 14-month-old Kai had to undergo brain surgery for a brain tumor.
The pair has had to postpone attending Augustana University and working their jobs to care for Kai, which is why a group of family friends from Akron, Iowa, decided to do what they could to help.
Shayna and Kate are so young to even be having to deal with anything like this. It just breaks my heart. So I just love that everybody has so willingly already thrown so much support out there for them.
Kai and his family will be heading to Denver in March to continue his treatment.
Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right, our weather forecast as we go through the next couple of days. Well, overall, it is mild. That's one of the big takeaways here. Today, we're in the mid to upper 40s in Sioux Falls. We're forecasting even our daytime high in Rapid City, not far from 60. Now, as we unpack the details of the week, couple things you're going to notice tomorrow, a little more wind from the south. That will be increasing, by the way, for southeast Ketherland, more so on Wednesday. Look at temperatures. Tomorrow, can we get in the low to mid 50s? I think we'll be in that ballpark. Even on Wednesday, somewhere between 55 and 60. We'll cover southeast Ketherland. I know we kind of fight these issues with the residual snow cover. And then this system coming up from the west, of course, that's going to start spilling in some clouds and eventually some spotty rain showers here. But as you notice, as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday, a little more rain, a little more green here on the maps. And it's mild ahead of this storm system. We could hold in the upper 40s most of the overnight in Sioux Falls going into Thursday morning. Now, Thursday will mark kind of a turning point here. There's some snow developing in North Dakota and into Montana, and this system will start the process, at least, bringing things down. You can see a prevalent wind out of the northwest on Thursday afternoon. I could see Thursday easily being a day where we start a little milder and then start falling as snow picks up in North Dakota. That easily could be worthy of some winter weather headlines. Some of that could spill into northwest South Dakota. So, again, we'll have a number of things to say about that story as we get through the week. And then behind all of that, it looks just a little bit more like February should. Maybe that's a starting point. Near 60 today, Pine Ridge, 58 degrees in Valentine. The northeast in the middle 40s this afternoon. Forecast lows tonight with some additional patchy fog. I would say low to mid 30s would cover the majority of the region. And then tomorrow we point out south winds 10 to 20 in Sioux Falls. We're at 54 for a high, though. That's a mild day, mid 50s in winter. And then on Wednesday, well, we're going to take a run at near 60 before things start to change into Thursday. The rain breaks out. Not necessarily a big widespread soaking rain, but I think there will be some showers on radar. And then into Friday, we get behind the system. And sure, we could convert to some snowflakes here and there. I think the probability in Aberdeen is actually looking better and better that we will pick up some snowfall by Thursday or sometime into Thursday night or Friday. That whole time period will feature falling temperatures. So more to say on that here in the next couple of days. Pierre, your forecast also will start to cool down by Thursday with the rain snow combo toward the end. And not to say we're plunging into Arctic cold at all, but it's cooler. And Rapid City also will start feeling more of those effects. And we certainly could pick up some snow in the Black Hills on this weather system Wednesday into Thursday. Check out more details with your forecast at KELOLAND.com.